weather is actually what we call atmosphere, and the changing climate which we call the seasons. Friends, you must be familiar with the weighing machine which we call weights or weights, on one side of which there is gram or kilogram, and on the other side there is the stuff that we need. When the material is more than gram or kilogram go up, and when the material is low, then the gram or kilogram tilts down. Understand this topic carefully, guys. This is what happens during the year round rotation of our earth, which sometimes turns towards the soil and sometimes turns towards the sea by making the sun the direction. And the earth, soil, and when the sun sets its right, then three seasons act, which is spring, summer, rain. And when the sun shows its right on the seaside of the earth, then the three seasons act, which is autumn and hemant and winter season. And most importantly, friends, earth moves in its orbit like this, due to which this race of the earth has remained the same since centuries. Same spring, summer, rain, autumn and winter. These six seasons again and again. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. By the way, the change of seasons is not made by the movement of day and night. The change of seasons by maintaining the motion of day and night. When the earth revolves around the sun in its orbit, then the weather changes. By the way, earth behaves like a weight in its orbit. That's why the face of the earth sometimes turns to dust. So sometimes the sea turns to face the sun. The reason is load protection, which is load balancing. And the earth's weather changes every 2 months. Means summer time from a month before the soil of the earth goes to the end. And it's time for the end of summer, earth, soil and return from the end after 1 month. Similarly, human season also, it is completed 1 month before going to the end of the ocean side of the earth and 1 month after coming back. And there are 4 seasons: autumn, winter and spring, rain. These 4 seasons are formed in such a way that when the direction of the sun towards the sea of the earth begins, 2 months since autumn, exactly the same return 2 months winter season. Similarly, when the soil of the earth and the direction of the sun starts, since then it is spring for 2 months, exactly the same return 2 months rainy season. In the same way, the seasons are formed by balancing the weight of the earth. And in the same way, the earth reflects the sun in a whole year and a few hours, by which the earth is sometimes on the side of the sun, so sometimes the earth is on the other side of the sun. Whether the earth revolves around the sun like a broomstick or a circular wheel. This world is spinning on a unique orbit. Sometimes the sun is here, sometimes the sun is there. Can't see, yes we but can't understand, yes we but. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This world is spinning on a unique orbit. Sometimes the sun is here, sometimes the sun is there. Can't see, yes we but can't understand, yes we but. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. Travel throughout the year, continues non-stop. Then another and then another. Feels new every time he has back. Feels new every time he has back. The journey of the season is 6 every time. The journey of the season is always 6. The journey of the season is always the same. Travel throughout the year continues non-stop. Then another and then another. Feels new every time he has a bath. Feels new every time he has a bath. The journey of the season is six every time. The journey of the season is always six. The journey of the season is always six. This world is spinning on a unique orbit. Sometimes the sun is here, sometimes the sun is there. Can't see as we pass, can't understand as we pass. This is called the weather. This is the wave of the weather. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This world is spinning on a unique orbit. Sometimes the sun is here, sometimes the sun is here. Can't see as we pass, can't understand as we pass. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. Friends, we are connected with a very big truth since the birth of the earth, which is the non-stop rotation of the earth about the sun. We are aware of this, but can't understand except feel the change of weather. The earth revolves around the sun, and that too within 365 days. Means in 182 days and 12 hours, the earth is exactly on that side of the sun, which is 147.13 million kilometers, and sun also travels 147.13 million kilometers on that side, where the sun itself is 864.6000 miles in diameter. For example, what is the distance between the earth and the sun? About 93 million miles. As mentioned earlier, the average distance of earth from the sun is about 93 million miles, 150 million kilometers from the sun. Earth is the third planet from the sun and the only celestial object that harbors life, while large amounts of water can be found throughout the solar system. Only Earth maintains liquid surface water. About 71% of Earth's surface is made up of ocean, which dwarfs Earth's polar ice caps, lakes and rivers. Radius 6.371 kilometer, age 4.543 billion years, distance to the sun 149.6 million kilometers, mass 5.972 into 10^24 kilogram, gravity 9.807 ms2, surface area 510.1 million kilometer, population 78.66 crore, 2021 World Bank. Is the sun bigger than the earth? The sun is by far the largest and most massive object in the solar system. The diameter of the sun is 1.390.000 kilometer. In comparison, the diameter of the earth is only 12.742 kilometer. The sun is biggest than the earth. Our sun is 864.000 miles in diameter and 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface. Our sun is a bright hot ball of hydrogen and helium at the center of our solar system. It is 864.000 miles, 1.392.000 kilometer in diameter, making it 109 times as wide as Earth. Earth covers such a huge distance in just 182 days and 12 hours, and the Earth also comes back again in the same 182 days and 12 hours. Where we want to understand the journey begins. Want to understand saying so because this race of the earth goes on without stopping. This world is spinning on a unique orbit. Sometimes the sun is there, sometimes the sun is there. Can't see yes we can't understand yes we This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This world is spinning on a unique orbit. Sometimes the sun is there, sometimes the sun is there. Can't see yes we can't understand yes we This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. Travel throughout the year, continues non-stop. Then another and then another. Feels new every time he has back. Feels new every time he has back. The journey of the season is six every time. The journey of the season is always the same. The journey of the season is always the same. Travel throughout the year, continues non-stop. Then another and then another. Feels new every time he has back. Feels new every time he has back. The journey of the season is six every time. The journey of the season is always the same. The journey of the season is always the same. This world is spinning on a unique orbit. Sometimes the sun is here, sometimes the sun is there. Can't see as we can't understand as we This is called the weather. This is the wave of the weather. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This world is spinning on a unique orbit. Sometimes the sun is here, sometimes the sun is here. Can't you see as we burn? Can't you understand me as we burn? This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. This is called weather. This is the wave of the weather. The earth is a huge sphere. It has two minor diameters, the equatorial diameter and the polar diameter. What is the diameter of Earth's orbit? This is approximately 365.2422 mean solar days or 3.155693 into 107 seconds. The circumference of Earth's orbit is approximately 2 pi 6.2831851 times the mean radius of its orbit. This radius is also known as an astronomical unit AU and is approximately 1.4959787 into 1011 meters m. What is the circular path of the earth called? The fixed path that the earth revolves around the sun is called the earth's orbit. What is the approximate diameter of the earth's orbit around the sun? About 940 million kilometers. What is the actual diameter of the earth? 12.756 kilometers. Both of these values are very close to the accepted modern values for Earth's circumference and radius 40,070 kilometers and 6.37578 kilometers respectively, which have since been measured by spacecraft in orbit. The diameter of a circle is twice the radius, which gives us a diameter of 12.756 km for the earth. What is the radius of an orbit? The Bohr radius symbol A is the average radius of the orbit of an electron around the nucleus of a hydrogen atom that is in its ground state, lowest energy level. The value of this radius is a physical constant. A is approximately equal to 5.29177 into 10.11 meters m. Planets, comets, asteroids and other objects in the solar system revolves around the sun, most objects orbiting the sun move along or close to an imaginary flat surface. This imaginary surface is called the ecliptic plane. Is Earth's orbit circular? Earth's orbit is not a perfect circle. It is elliptical or slightly oval shaped. This means that there is one point in the orbit where Earth is close to the Sun and another where Earth is farthest from the Sun. Why don't we feel the Earth rotating? But for the most part, we don't feel the Earth itself rotating because we are held close to the Earth's surface by gravity, and the constant speed of rotation our planet has been spinning for billions of years and will spin for billions of years. That's because there's nothing stopping us in space. What is the formula for the radius of Earth's orbit? Solving these two equations, we get R is equal to N2 H2 by 4 R2 mz E2. What are the two diameters of the Earth? According to the available mathematical data, the equatorial diameter of the Earth is about 12,756 kilometers, and the polar diameter of the Earth is also about 12,713.6 kilometers. The Earth revolves around the Sun in its orbit, making a distance of 147.11 million kilometers throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the Earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the Earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the Earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the Earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives you mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. Though there is a sin, may they throw out the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. Though there is a sin, may they throw out the year. Though there is a sin, may they throw out the year. Why only earth? Keeping the sun at a distance, all the planets are moving in the same way in their own orbit. Neptune, the distance of the planet from the sun is 4,04,736 billion kilometers. Neptune is the eighth planet from the sun and the most distant known planet in the solar system. In terms of diameter, it is the fourth largest planet in the solar system, the third most massive planet, and the most dense giant planet. It has 17 times the mass of Earth and is slightly more massive than its near twin Uranus. How far can sunlight travel in space? The sun is at an average distance of about 93 crore miles, 150 million kilometers. From each Earth, it is so far away that it takes about 8 minutes for light from the sun to reach us, traveling at 186.000 miles, 300.000 kilometers per second. The inner edge of the core of the Earth cloud may be as close as 1000 AU to our sun. The outer edge is estimated to be approximately 100,000 AU. NASA's Voyager 1, mankind's most distant spacecraft, is about 125 AU, 12 Safe Space 2013. At a distance d, the same amount of power from the sun is spread over a wider area, so the intensity of the solar radiation power decreases. The total solar irradiance TSI climate data record CDR measures the spectrally integrated energy input at the top of Earth's atmosphere. At the base means distance from the sun, i.e. one astronomical unit, and each units are W, M space 2. Near is a relative term. The shortest distance from Earth to Mars is approximately 33.9 million miles, 54.6 million kilometers. The distance of Mars from the Sun is 238.43 million kilometers. Earth's distance from the Sun is 147.18 million kilometers. Means if the whole solar system is circular, then centering the Sun, all the planets are moving in their own orbits at a distance. And if there is the Sun first, then the planets one after the other, etc. means broom shaped. Even then, all the planets are roaming in their own orbits, keeping a distance by aiming at the Sun, due to which the changed weather is reflected in the Earth's atmosphere. Season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world. Season, beautiful weather, season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world. Spring comes with bags spread, brings lot of happiness. Season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world, dream to the world. Neutral in the sunlight happens when summer travel. Season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world, dream to the world. Rainy season, a cloud changes the living environment. Season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world, dream to the world. Atom talk, Mother Mohamaya come. Season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world, dream to the world. Birthday is the glory of Heaven, Lord charisma reigns. Season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world, dream to the world. Winter season a crop, keep the labor successful. 6 of 6 seasons are amazing, the world remains uncountable. Season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world. Season, beautiful weather, season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world, dream to the world. There is always a change in the environment in the world. So many changes happen here, due to which nature always pulls us in a new journey. We feel like the earth is oval and the earth is always moving at the equator or the equator. For example, what are the two Greek words for megalith? The word megalith is derived from two Greek words megas meaning large, big, and lithos meaning stone. Why is the earth flat at the poles? Due to centrifugal force, the earth bulges at the equator and is flattened at the poles. The earth rotates at a constant speed, but the rate of motion is different. The equator is moving the fastest and the poles are not moving, ignoring the fact that the earth is orbiting the sun. What is the actual size of the earth? After centuries of research, we currently know that the earth is not actually flat, but rather an oblate spheroid. It is almost flattened at the poles and rounded at the edges. It is somewhat elliptical, though generally rounded, so it turns into a flattened sphere. An equator is an imaginary line around the center of a planet or other celestial body. It is between the North Pole and the South Pole at 0 degree latitude. An equator divides the planet into the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Earth is widest at its equator. As the Earth rotates on its axis, creating night and day, it moves about the Sun in an elliptical orbit that takes should 365 1/4 days to complete. The Earth's axis of rotation is titled with respect to its orbital plane. This is what causes the season. Why do we need seasons on Earth? Short answer, Earth has seasons because its axis is tilted. The Earth's axis is always tilted in the same direction, so different parts of the Earth receive direct sunlight throughout the year. What are the 5 reasons for the seasons? The reasons Earth experience seasons are revolution, rotation, tilt, axial parallelism, and sphericity. Yes, and I thought it only had to do with the tilt of the earth. Let's look first at revolution, which is Earth's orbit around the Sun. What 3 things cause the seasons? What is the reason for the seasons? Well, It is caused by the motion of the earth around the sun, the tilt of the earth, and how high the sun reaches in the sky. Without the weather, three would be there would be no wheat in the world, according to Don Atwood, an ecological anthropologist at McGill University in Montreal. Humans probably never progressed beyond living in small, scattered settlements, scavenging for survival, and other often dying from horrific insect borne disease. Who created the seasons? The tilted axis of the earth causes the seasons. Throughout the year, different parts of the earth receive the most direct rays of the sun. Therefore, when the North Pole is tilted towards the sun, it is summer in the northern hemisphere. The astronomical beginning of a season is based on the position of the earth in relation to the sun. More specifically, the beginning of the each season is marked by either the solstices for winter and summer, or the equinoxes for spring and autumn. Why is it called season? The word season in this context comes from the old French season, meaning sowing, planting. This is in turn comes from the Latin seasonum, meaning to sow. Initially, it actually referred to the sowing of seeds, but later with the old French season, the definition shifted to refer to the time period when you sowed the seed. That's how seasons are made in the earth, even for the shape of the earth to be oval. Season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world. Season, beautiful weather, season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world. Spring comes with bags spread, brings lot of happiness. Season, beautiful weather, make the lovers fickle, dream to the world, dream to the world. Neutral in the sunlight, happens Oh, in summer travel season, beautiful weather, make it the lovers fickle. Dream to the world, dream to the world. Rainy season, a cloud changes the living environment. Season, beautiful weather, make it the lovers fickle. Dream to the world, dream to the world. Atom talk, Mother Mohamaya come. Season, beautiful weather, make it the lovers fickle. Dream to the world, dream to the world. Birthday is the glory of Heaven. Lord Charisma reigns. Season, beautiful weather, make it the lovers fickle. Dream to the world, dream to the world. Winter season across keeps the labor successful. Six of six seasons are amazing. The world remains uncountable. Season, beautiful weather, make it the lovers fickle. Dream to the world. Season, beautiful weather. Season, beautiful weather, make it the lovers fickle. Dream to the world, dream to the world. In Earth, this is the reason why the weather changes like this. In Earth's orbit, to rotate instead of balancing the weight like the Earth. By the way, seasons change throughout the solar system. For example, each planet in our solar system experiences its own unique weather. But one thing is certain, only Earth has seasons we can live with. How is the solar system changing? In the long term, the biggest changes to the solar system will come from changes in the sun itself as it ages. As the sun burns through its hydrogen fuel supply, it heats up and burns the remaining fuel even more rapidly. As a result, the sun is accelerating at a rate of 10% every 1.1 billion years. What is the temperature of all 8 planets? Planets ranked from hottest to coldest rank planet average temperature 864 डिग्री फ़ारेनहाइट 462 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड 2 800 डिग्री फ़ारेनहाइट 430 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड 3 अर्थ 57 डिग्री फ़ारेनहाइट 14 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड 4 ट्विस्ट -80 degrees Fahrenheit -60 degree centigrade Celsius. 4 more rows. Each planet in our solar system experiences its own unique weather. But one thing is certain, only Earth has seasons we can live with. Let's take a weather tour of the solar system and see what each planet has to offer. Are all the planets in our solar system warming? The entire solar system is warming only in the sense that the sun is getting brighter. Its radiation output has been increasing for the past 4.5 billion years and will continue to do so as it converts hydrogen into helium in its core. What is changing during the solar cycle? The magnetic cycle of the sun intensifies every 11 years. At the height of this cycle, known as solar maximum, the sun's magnetic poles are reversed along the way changes in the sun's magnetism produce more sunspots, more energy and cause solar burns of particles. Does it rain on every planet? Titan, a moon of Earth and Saturn, is the only world in our solar system where liquid rain hits a surface. Which planet does not rain? Since Mercury has hardly any atmosphere, it does not have weather like storms, clouds, wind or rain. But Mercury's surface can reach as high as 427 degrees during the day because it is so close to the sun, and drop as low as minus 187 at night because there is no atmosphere to block the daytime heat. Is there any planet without air? Mercury is the only planet that does not have any kind of atmosphere. However, it does have an exosphere which is composed of gases that are absorbed by the solar wind and ejected from the planet's surface. Hydrogen, helium and oxygen are among the pollutants. Venus's thick, hot atmosphere is composed mostly of carbon dioxide. How do solar cycles affect climate change? How do solar cycles affect Earth's climate? According to the United Nations Intergovernmental Planet Panel on Climate Change (IPCC), the current scientific consensus is that long and short-term variations in solar activity play a very minor role in Earth's climate. Which planet has only water? Earth. Earth, home sweet home. The only planet with liquid water accessible on the surface at room temperature. In lakes, oceans, rivers, but also in solid form as ice caps and glaciers. As a bonus, there is also liquid water underground and ice and water vapor in Earth's atmosphere. And the weather of the Earth is driving us crazy. Crazy. This season makes an impact on the Earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the Earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the Earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the Earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the Earth. Though there is the same, made throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the Earth. Though there is the same, made throughout the year. Though there is the same, made throughout the year. The earth is spinning even the sun by holding it for a year. Do we know? No. In the same way that the earth revolves around itself by holding the face of the sun, even then, what do we know? No, except the rising and setting of the sun. We see sunrise and sunset because of the rotation of the earth on its axis. The earth is rotating on its axis from west to east. Therefore, when viewed from earth, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. What is the reason for the rising and setting of the sun? The sun occupies its position at the center of our solar system. It rises and does not set, but due to the rotation of the earth on its axis, it appears to rise and set. It makes one complete revoluting revolution every 24 hours. Where does the sun always rise and set? Most people know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. However, most people don't realize that this is a generalization. In fact, the sun only rises in the east and sets in the west on 2 days of the year, the spring and autumn equinoxes. Why does the sun rise first? In general, the sunrise is said to happen first in the east and the sunset is assumed to happen first in the west. Since our earth is continuously rotating and it spins from west to east, naturally in a vast country like India, India's eastern most part will experience the first sunrise. In which country the sun never rises? Image result. Located more than 200 miles north of the Arctic Circle, Tromsø, Norway is home to extreme light. Located more than 200 miles north of the Arctic Circle, Tromsø, Norway is home to extreme light variation between seasons during the polar night, which lasts from November to January. The sun does not rise at all. Which country does not have any day? Image result. Norway. Norway, located in the Arctic Circle, is known as the land of the midnight sun, where the sun never actually sets from May to late July. This means that the sun never sets over a period of about 76 days. In which country the sun is seen for the last time? Match result. In which country does the sun rise set last in the world? The answer to the question, in which country does the sun rise last? Baker Island and Howland Island are in America. These two islands are uninhabited in terms of residential areas. American Samoa and Niue are the areas with the last sunset in the world. In which country is it dark for 23 hours? Svalbard, Norway for polar night. Svalbard is a group of islands between Norway and the North Pole and is about as far north as you can go without joining an Arctic science expedition. Which country is closest to the sun? The most common answer is the summit of Chimborazo volcano in Ecuador. This volcano is the point on the Earth's surface that is farthest from the Earth's center and is then equated to being closest to the sun. Which country has only 45 minutes of night? Norway is famous all over the world for its beauty and it is one of the richest countries in the world. Do you know that there is a place in the world where the sun sets at 12:43 in the night and rises again only after 40 minutes? This stunning sight is seen in the city of Hammerfest in northern Norway. Which country has the longest days? Summer solstice in Iceland. Iceland's longest day of the year, the summer solstice, occurs around 21 June. The day in Reykjavik, the sun sets just after midnight and rises again just before 3 a.m. The sky is never completely black. So strange in this art, we Indians are able to understand each weather flow very well by doing it for 2 months. Strange is this earth, whose strange many is a pathar orbit, where each of the 6 seasons is made. 2 months each season, the orbit path of 12 months 6 season. Same orbit path of 12 months 6 season. Since this earth, whose strange many is the path orbit, where each of the 6 seasons remain. 2 months each season, same orbit path of 12 months 6 season. Same orbit path of 12 months 6 season. This rotation of the world happens due to rays. So turn around doesn't do circular tour in orbit itself. History is the only skill of the earth. Centuries will pass and more will come tomorrow after tomorrow. This rotation of the world happens due to rays. So turn around doesn't do circular tour in orbit itself. History is the only skill of the art. Centuries will pass and more will come tomorrow after tomorrow. Centuries will pass and more will come tomorrow after tomorrow. Since this earth, whose strange meaning is a pathar bit where each of the six seasons is made. 2 months each season, Simar bit path of 12 months 6 seasons. Simar bit path of 12 months 6 seasons. Strange is this art, whose strange meaning is a pathar bit where each of the 6 seasons is made. 2 months each season, Simar bit path of 12 months 6 seasons. Simar bit path of 12 months 6 seasons. The orbit path of the earth protects the earth from every collision, and due to the same orbit path, 6 seasons are also formed in the earth. By the way, the orbit of the earth is due to the gravitational force of the sun. For example, why can't man feel the earth moving? Since the earth rotates at a nearly constant speed, that is, it does not speed up or slow down in any way. We simply move along with it and do not feel anything. Each planet is at a different distance from the sun and has a definite orbit in which it revolves around the sun. The gravitational force of the sun keeps the planets in this position, and they do not collide with each other because their orbits are non-intersecting. Was this answer helpful? The earth would tidally interact with the sun's outer atmosphere, reducing the earth's orbital radius. Drag from the sun's chromosphere will cause Earth's orbit to shrink. This effect would counteract the effect of the mass lost by the sun, and the sun would engulf the earth in about 7.59 billion years. What stops the earth from going to the sun? The sun's gravitational force is like a tetherable rope in that it constantly pulls earth towards itself. Earth, however, like a tetherable, is moving at a higher rate of speed, which balances out the gravitational force effect. This means that the planet neither flies off into space nor falls into the sun. Gravity is what holds our world together. However, gravity is not the same everywhere on Earth. Gravity is slightly stronger in places underground with more mass than in places with less mass. What would happen if the Earth stopped rotating for 42 seconds? If Earth were to suddenly stop rotating, the atmosphere at the equator would still be moving with Earth's original rotation speed of 1100 miles per hour. All the pupil of the land will not be cleansed from anything related to the cornerstone. Why doesn't the moon collide with the earth? One may ask why the moon does not fall to the earth as an apple falls from the tree. The reason is that the moon is never stationary. It constantly revolves around us. Without the force of gravity from Earth, it would simply float off into space. Can Earth survive without the moon? Without the moon, the tilt of our Earth's axis would keep changing over time. This could make for some very wild weather. Right now, because of our moon, our axis is tilted at 23.5 degrees. But without the moon, the earth may tilt too much or barely tilt at all, causing no seasons or extreme seasons. And this moon, without it, the sea of the earth hardly remains under the control of the earth. By the way, the moon is also helpful in the season on the earth. Strange this earth, whose strange many is a pathar orbit, where each of the 6 seasons is made. 2 months each season, same orbit path of 12 months 6 seasons. Same orbit path of 12 months 6 seasons. Since this year, whose strange many is the path orbit, where each of the 6 seasons remain. 2 months each season, same orbit path of 12 months 6 seasons. Same orbit path of 12 months 6 seasons. This rotation of the world happens due to rays. So turn around, doesn't do circular tour in orbit itself. History is the only skill of the earth. Centuries will pass and more will come tomorrow after tomorrow. This rotation of the world happens due to rays. So turn around, doesn't do circular tour in orbit itself. History is the only skill of the art. Centuries will pass and more will come tomorrow after tomorrow. Centuries will pass and more will come tomorrow after tomorrow. Strange this year, who's the strange many? Is a pathar bit, very up with the six seasons is made. 2 months is season, Samar bit path of 12 months 6 season. Samar bit path of 12 months 6 season. Strange this are who's the strange many. Is a pathar bit, very of the 6 seasons is made. 2 months is season, Samar bit path up 12 months 6 is season. Samar bit path up 12 months 6 is season. Earth is a strange planet. The full orbit of the Earth is also strange. The orbits of the rest of the planets in the solar system are somewhat different. For example, all planets except Venus and Uranus orbit the Sun in a counterclockwise direction and rotate counterclockwise west to east on their axis. Where do planets like Earth revolve? Every planet in our solar system except Venus and Uranus spins counterclockwise as seen from above the North Pole, that is from west to east. This is the same direction in which all the planets revolve around the Sun. Do all the planets rotate like the Earth? Cosmic moves, the rotation of the planets, all the planets revolve around the Sun in the same direction and virtually in the same plane. Furthermore, with the exception of Venus and Uranus, they all spin in the same general direction. One Earth takes 365 days to orbit the Sun, while Mars takes 687 days to complete one orbit around the Sun. Which planet takes 165 days to complete its orbit? Neptune. Orbit and rotation, and Neptune makes a complete orbit 1 year in Neptunian time around the Sun in about 165 Earth years, 60.190 Earth days. Sometimes Neptune is further away from the Sun than the dwarf planet Pluto. Which planet takes 88 days to complete one orbit? Wait, the planet Mercury takes only 88 days to orbit the Sun. No other planet travels faster around the Sun. Which planet takes 243 days? Vespar. Venus spins very slowly on its axis. A day on Venus lasts 243 Earth days. The planet orbits the Sun faster than Earth does, however, so a year on Venus takes about 225 each Earth days, making Venus's day longer than its own year. Which planet takes to 48 days to complete orbit rotation? Pluto. Pluto is only 2370 kilometer, 1473 miles wide. It is about half the width of the United States and smaller than Earth's moon. Pluto takes 248 Earth years to make one revolution around the sun. Which planet takes 244 days to revolve around the sun? Register for Reuters for free and read the full story. The study found that one revolution of Venus takes 243.0226 Earth days. This means that a day on Venus lasts longer than a year, which makes a complete orbit around the sun in 225 Earth days. Which planet takes 84 days to revolve around the sun? Uranus. Orbit and rotation, and Uranus makes a complete orbit a year in Uranian time around the sun in about 84 Earth year, 30.687 Earth days. Moon. Moon fact. The phases of the moon repeat every 29.5 days, but its orbit around Earth only takes 27. Why? In that time, as our moon revolves around the earth also revolves around the sun. Our moon must travel a little further in its path to compensate for the extra distance and complete its phase cycle. Could there be a ninth planet? A.U. Constantine Batygin and Michael E. Brown suggested that the ninth planet may be the core of a giant planet that was ejected from its original orbit by Jupiter during the origin of the solar system. Planet 9 orbital characteristics: mass 6.3 plus 2.3 minus 1.5 m Earth GFGIJ. Apparent magnitude 21. 10 more rows. Which planet takes 29 days to revolve around the sun? Short day, long year. Saturn takes about 10.7 hours. No one knows exactly to rotate once on its axis. A Saturn day and 29 Earth years to orbit the Sun, where the Earth completes one complete rotation in 365 days and few hours. This isn't makes an impact on the earth. Though there is a sea, made it throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. Though there is a sea, made it throughout the year. Though there is a sea, made it throughout the year. Lasted 2 months every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. Though there is a sea, made it throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. Though there is a sea, made it throughout the year. Last 2 months every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. Though there is a sea, made it throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. Though there is a sea, made it throughout the year. Though there is a sea, made it throughout the year. The biggest strangeness of the strange earth is to complete a day in 24 hours, where the rest of the planets in the solar system have different times. For example, what is the duration of a day and night on other planets? Image the result for the time of a full day in planet Mercury. How long light with dark? Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation and Mars takes 25 hours. The gas giants spin really fast. The planet Jupiter takes only 10 hours to complete one revolution. Saturn takes 11 hours, Uranus 17 hours and Neptune 16 hours. What is the duration of day and night on Venus? Image result for time of a full day, light with dark. How long in Venus? However, while the atmosphere of Venus rotates rapidly, the planet has the slowest rotation of any of the major planets in our solar system, meaning that the days and nights last significantly longer, about 120 Earth days. Which planets has equal days and nights? On March 21 and September 23, the direct rays of the sun fall on the equator. In this case, neither pole is inclined towards the sun. Therefore, the entire earth experiences equal days and equal nights. This is called equinox. How long is 1 minute in space? 186,000 miles star 60 seconds is equal to 1,11,60,000 miles per minute. So light can travel 1,80,00,000 kilometers in 1 minute. Let's see how many light minutes the earth is from the sun. Is a day exactly 24 hours? However, 24 hours is on average the length of an earth day. In fact, most days are either long or short, although the earth takes 23 hours 56 minutes and 4.09 seconds to rotate 360 degrees on its axis. But how many years is 1 light year? Light year is the distance that light travels in 1 year. Light jeeps through interstellar space at 186,000 miles, 300,000 kilometers per second, and 5.88 trillion miles, 9.46 trillion kilometers per year. How long is a solar day? 24 hours. A solar day for Earth is an average of 24 hours. A solar day is longer than a sidereal day because not only does the Earth rotate on its axis counterclockwise, but it also orbits counterclockwise around the sun. Can we travel 1 light year? Imagine result. This duration is a bit of a problem as it makes space exploration a painstakingly slow process. Even if we hoped aboard a spaceship that could travel at 5 miles per second, it would take us about 37,200 years to go 1 light year. The most surprising thing is the flow of the Earth's air. By the way, all the planets have air or atmosphere in their surroundings except Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun in our solar system. Due to this, the planet has no atmosphere. But the wonderful thing is that the air is not in anyone's control, but the wind waves by touching everyone or everything. This wind is untouchable, wave of it all the time. Touch everything, travels here and there. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, will live here and there. Says it the wind does not stop in position, yeah. Don't he come? Says it the wind does not stop in position, yeah. Don't he come? This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travels here and there. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travels here and there. This journey of the wind affects us. Breathe it to life, air of and give. This journey of the wind affects us. Breathe it to life, air of and give. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travels here and there. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travels here and there. Says it the wind does not stop in position of don't he come. Says it the wind does not stop in position of don't he come. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travels here and there. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travels here and there. Whatever the weather, can the wind ever be seen? Or can air ever be touched? The wind only blows on its own accord. Yes, but according to our Hindu scriptures, according to the order of Maharaj Indradev, the emperor of the gods, Pavandev flows freely everywhere, every moment. And then, according to our Hindu scriptures, once the wind god got angry with the sun god and was hiding in a cave. Just what else? Mayhem and mayhem. What was the matter? Actually, the sun god, Lord Hanuman, the son of wind, whether due to fear or due to suppression of ego instinct, Lord Hanuman's face was burnt by the sun god. There is more to the story, but I will analyze in another episode some other day. Know this now, friends. According to our Hindu scriptures, later the wind god became natural by spiting anger. Well, we are getting back to our story, which is that air and atmosphere. For example, air is mostly a gas. Air is all around us, but we cannot see it. So, what is air? Exactly, it is a mixture of different gases. Air is an invisible mixture of gases that surrounds the earth. Air contains vital substances such as oxygen and nitrogen, which are essential for the survival of most species, humans, Homo sapiens. Of course, are one of those species. Sometimes the word atmosphere is used in place of the word air. What is an air made of? More than 99% of air is made up of three gases: nitrogen, oxygen and argon. Air contains small amounts of other gases including gases water, which is called water vapor. Air also contains solids and liquids. Solids in the air includes pollen, dust and soot. How is air formed? As the earth cooled, an atmosphere formed mainly from gases released from volcanoes. It contained hydrogen, sulfide, methane and 10 to 200 times more carbon dioxide than today's atmosphere. After about half a billion years, the Earth's surface cooled and frozen enough for water to collect on it. The atmosphere is a layer or layers of gases that envelop a planet and are held in place by the gravity of the planetary body. A planet maintains an atmosphere when gravity is high and the temperature of the atmosphere is low. What is the atmosphere called? The atmosphere consists of layers based on temperature. These layers are the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere and thermosphere. Another region about 500 kilometers above the Earth's surface is called the exosphere. Where's the atmosphere? Earth's atmosphere extends up to 10,000 kilometers, 6,214 mil above the planet's surface. After that, the atmosphere merges into space. As the Earth cooled, an atmosphere formed mainly from gases released from volcanoes. It contained hydrogen sulfide, methane and 10 to 200 times more carbon dioxide than today's atmosphere. After about half a billion years, the Earth's surface cooled and frozen enough for water to collect on it. What is the atmosphere made of? We live at the bottom of an invisible ocean called the atmosphere, a layer of gases that surround our planet, nitrogen and oxygen account for 99% of the gases in dry air, along with argon, carbon dioxide, helium, neon, and other gases. Water vapor and dust are also part of the Earth's atmosphere. There is no changes in the wind during the season. Only the feeling changes according to the location of the rays. This wind is untouchable, wave of it all the time. Touch everything, travel here and there. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, will is here and there. Says it the wind does not stop in position, yeah. Don't he come? Says it the wind does not stop in position, yeah. Don't he come? This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travel here and there. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travel here and there. This journey of the wind affects us. Breathe it to life, air often gives. This journey of the wind affects us. Breathe it to life, air often gives. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travel here and there. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travel here and there. Says it the wind does not stop in position, don't he come? Says it the wind does not stop in position, don't he come? This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travel here and there. This wind is untouchable, wave of all the time. Touch everything, travel here and there. Air is a great thing. Well, the wind is also an invisible force and untouchable. But we feel that the wind blows only after touching everything. By the way, air is made up of only some gaseous substance. The abundance of oxygen in the Earth's air gives us life. For example, 11 elements. There are 11 elements which exist in gaseous state at room temperature. They are hydrogen, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, fluorine, chlorine, nitrogen and oxygen. Noble gases are also included in the list. Earth's atmosphere is composed of approximately 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 0.9% argon and 0.1% other gases. Carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor and trace amounts of neon are some of the other gases that make up the remaining 0.1%. Which gas makes up 21% of the Earth's atmosphere? Oxygen. The air in Earth's atmosphere is composed of about 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. How much gases is in the Earth's atmosphere? By mole fraction equivalent by number of molecules dry as air contains 78.08% nitrogen, 20.95% oxygen, 0.93% argon, 0.05% carbon dioxide and small amounts of other gases. The air also contains a variable amount of water vapor, on average about 1% at sea level and 0.4% throughout the atmosphere. What are the 12 gases in the periodic table? Elements that exist in gas form are mainly found in the upper right corner and on the right side of the periodic table. The following elements exist as gases: H, He, N, O, F, Ne, Cl, Ar, Kr, Xe and Rn. Thus half the halogens, all the noble gases, and the lightest chalcogen and procozin are the gases. Except Earth, other planets in the solar system also have air, and in that air there are also different types of gaseous substances. For example, what gases is the atmosphere of Mercury made of? Atmosphere and weather. Mercury's atmosphere is extremely thin and non-protective for all practical purposes. The atmosphere is nearly a vacuum. The sparse atmosphere is mainly composed of oxygen, sodium and hydrogen. What is the atmosphere of Mars made of? Image result. The SAM spiked out results confirm the composition of the Martian atmosphere. At the surface, 95% by volume carbon dioxide, CO2, 2.6% molecular nitrogen N2, 1.9% argon AR, 0.16% molecular oxygen NOO2 and 0.06% carbon monoxide CO. Atmosphere and weather, one of the four gas giants, Saturn's atmosphere is very similar to that of Jupiter. Hydrogen makes up almost the entire atmosphere with smaller amounts of helium and much smaller amounts of methane and ammonia. Is there oxygen on Saturn? Image result. Data from the Cassini-Huygens satellite showing oxygen ions in the atmosphere around Saturn's rings suggest once again that molecular oxygen alone is not a reliable indication of weather. A planet can support life. Venus, its gaseous envelope is composed of more than 96% carbon dioxide and 3.5% molecular nitrogen. Trace amount of other gases are present including carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, water vapor, argon and helium. How many gases are there in the atmosphere of Venus? Chemical composition of Venus atmosphere, element or molecule percentage in the lower atmosphere below the clouds. Carbon dioxide 96.5%, nitrogen less than 3.5%, sulfur dioxide 0.015%, argon 0.007%, 5 more rows. Without the life, there is no oxygen. Venus is a little closer to the sun, so it is a little warmer. So there is a little more water in the atmosphere than Earth's atmosphere. Without oxygen, there is no ozone layer. Without the ozone layer, there is no protection for water from solar ultraviolet UV radiation. Does Venus have any oxygen? Image result. For which planet Venus does not have oxygen? Unlike Earth's atmosphere, which is composed primarily of nitrogen 78% and oxygen 21%. Venus's atmosphere is composed of approximately 96% carbon dioxide, 3% nitrogen some argon, and traces of water, vapor 0.1 to 0.14% different. Oxygen, hydrogen, chloride, hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, and carbon. Uranus atmosphere is composed of 83% hydrogen, 15% helium, 2% methane, and small amount of acetylene and other hydrocarbons. The atmosphere of the planet Uranus consists mostly of hydrogen, helium, and methane. Interestingly, it is the methane in the atmosphere that gives Uranus its distinctive blue color. Since Uranus has effectively zero free oxygen, the hydrogen and methane in the atmosphere neither burn nor explode. Neptune's atmosphere is made up of hydrogen, helium, and methane, like Earth's atmosphere. Neptune also has clouds and storm systems that circulate around the planet, but with wind speeds of up to 300 m by s, 700 mph, and clouds of frozen methane. This is a methane impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This is a methane impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. The wind only feels is the wind that is blowing all the time, which is that per million of years volcanoes erupted and gases spewed from the Earth's interior. Major gases released included carbon dioxide, water vapor, hydrogen sulfide, and ammonia. Over time, these gases accumulate to form the Earth's second atmosphere. What is air and how is it formed? Image result for why and how wind is formed. Air is mostly gas. Air is all around us, but we cannot see it. So, what is air exactly? It is a mixture of different gases. The air in Earth's atmosphere is composed of about 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. Air also contains small amounts of other gases such as carbon dioxide, neon, and hydrogen. How do we get air? Image result for why and how wind is formed. Air flows through our mouth or nose. The air then flows the windpipe, which splits into the first two branches, one for each lung. The branches then divide into smaller and smaller tubes that end in tiny air sacs called alveoli. There are millions of alveoli in our lungs. What is the main function of air? Sustain life and growth. Air contains the main life-giving gas called oxygen. Almost all living beings inhale and exhale this air. Nitrogen and carbon dioxide are also other gases that are important for plants and their growth. Why does Earth have air? Not only does it contain the oxygen we need to live, but it also protects us from harmful ultraviolet solar radiation. This creates the pressure without which liquid water could not exist on the surface of our planet, and it warms our planet and keeps the temperature livable for our living earth. Who discovered wind? Image result: Joseph Priestley is best known for his discovery of oxygen. But Stephen Johnson, author of a new biography of Priestley entitled The Invention of Air, points out that his contribution was enormous. He was the first ecosystem thinker. He is about 200 years ahead of time. Why is it called air? The first record of the word air comes from after 1100. It ultimately comes from the Greek word air, meaning lower atmosphere. Generally speaking, the lower part of the atmosphere is the part we live in and contains the gaseous mixture of air that we breathe and feel as air. Do trees make air? According to the Arbor Day Foundation, a mature tree will absorb more than 48 pounds of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere in a year and release oxygen in return. So the next time you take a deep breath of air, give credit to a tree or hug a tree for what it gives us, the very air we breathe. And this wind never stops. 6 seasons in a year means 12 months means 365 days. The seasons change, but the wind always blows. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, 6 seasons a year, 365 days per. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, there are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, January, February, cold season. March, April, spring. May, June, summer season. July, August, rainy season. September, October, autumn season. November, December, month system. This is how the weather happened. This is how the weather was counted. January, February, cold season. March, April, spring. May, June, summer season. July, August, rainy season. September, October, autumn season. November, December, month system. This is how the wave of weather happened. This is how the weather was happened counted. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, 6 seasons a year, 365 days pass. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, there are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, an amazing journey in a river, earth facing sun, racing season resume. The face of the earth is the same but the face of the earth is the same but earth facing sun. An amazing journey in our racing season resume. The pace of the earth is the same but the pace of the earth is the same but there are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, 6 seasons a year, 365 days pass. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking it 2 months, there are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking it 2 months, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. This is the count of 6 seasons in these 12 months. Well, there is a slight difference between a year and a leap year. For example, for this calendar, a common year is 365 days, 8760 hours, 5,25,600 minutes, or 3 crore 15 lakhs 36,000 seconds. And a leap year is 366 days, 8,784 hours, 5 lakhs 27,040 minutes, or 3 crore 16 lakhs 22,400 seconds. Are there 365 days and 6 hours in a year? The earth takes about 365 days and 6 hours to orbit the sun. It takes about 24 hours, 1 day, for the earth to rotate on its axis. Therefore, our year is not an exact number of days. Is a year exactly 365.25 days? In the calendar, each year is 365 days long, except for leap years, which have an extra day every year that is divisible by 4 is a leap year. Why are there 29 days in every 4 years? The gap day, which usually occurs every 4 years, is called a leap day and is created by adding an extra day in February. This day is added to the calendar in leap years as a corrective measure, because the earth does not orbit the sun in 365 days. Why is February so short? Since the Romans considered even numbers unlucky, each month had an odd number of days, alternating between 29 and 31. But to reach 355 days, a month had to be made an even number. February was chosen as an unlucky month of 28 days. Why is February colder than October? The reason for this is that while the earth receives energy from the sun, it also emits energy into space. And Earth's northern hemisphere emits more energy than it receives for about 2 months after the winter solstice, which means temperatures continue to drop. As cold as it feels in late autumn, it feels much colder than that in late winter. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, 6 seasons a year, 365 days per. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, there are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, January, February, cold season. March, April, spring, May, June, summer season. July, August, rainy season. September, October, autumn season. November, December, a month system. This is how the wave of weather happened. This is how the weather wave was counted. January, February, cold season. March, April, spring. May, June, summer season. July, August, rainy season. September, October, autumn season. November, December, a month system. This is how the wave of weather happened. This is how the weather wave was happened counted. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, 6 seasons a year, 365 days pass. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, there are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, an amazing journey in our review. Earth facing sun, racing season resume. The face of the earth is the same but the face of the earth is the same but earth facing sun. An amazing journey in our review. Racing season resume. The pace of the earth is the same but the pace of the earth is the same but there are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, 6 seasons a year, 365 days pass. There are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, there are 6 seasons in 12 months. After taking 2 months, this season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, made throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. Though there is a sea, made it throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the art. The weather is the same, made it throughout the year. The weather is the same, made it throughout the year. Year is 12 months, but the weather is 6. While the season attains perfection only in the fourth season, which is that winter, spring, summer, rain. And the day where 365 should be 3 hours throughout the year. There the year is being made in 365 days. And after every 4 years, a full year is being made in 366 days. For example, why there are 6 seasons in India? According to the lunisolar Hindu calendar, there are 6 seasons or seasons in a year since Vedic time. Hindus in India and South Asia have used this calendar to structure their lives around the seasons of the year. Devotees still use it for important Hindu festivals and religious occasions. How many seasons are there in 12 months? 1 year. 12 months is usually divided into 4 seasons, each of which lasts about 3 months, but not exactly. Why do some months have 31, 30, 29 or 28 days? Julius Caesar revised the Roman calendar in 46 BC to make each month 30 or 31 days, with the exception of February, which had 29 days and received an extra day every 4th year. Quintilis was later renamed Julius in his honor. Similarly, Sextilis later became Augustus to honor Augustus Caesar. Why do we have 12 months instead of 13? Why are there 12 months in a year? Julius Caesar's astronomers explained the need for 12 months in a year and the addition of a leap year to coincide with the seasons. At that time the calendar had only 10 months, whereas there are only 12 lunar cycles in a year. Who invented the 7-day week? The modern 7-day week can be traced back to the time of the Babylonians, who used it in their calendar. Other ancient cultures have varying width length, including 10 in the Egyptians and an 8-day week for the Etruscans. What was the 13th month calendar called? The threatening, the 13th month placed between February and March would be called Vern because of its proximity to the vernal equinox and the beginning of spring. Later editions of the bill removed the name Vern and replaced it with the month of liberty. Why do July and August exist? After Caesar's death, the month Quintilis was renamed July in honor of Julius Caesar in 44 BC, and later Sextilis was renamed August in honor of Roman Emperor Augustus in 8 BC, after whom is Sunday named Sanudagra. Sunday, the day of the sun, Sol, is a goddess in Norse mythology. Sol means the sun. Later the day of the sun became Sunday. It affects the air of the earth in 6 seasons of 365 days. In a year, there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind, there is an affair on changing season. In a year, there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind, there is an affair on a changing season. What a tree when the is on its own hemisphere. Day and night journey continues. Yes, but no effect on any season. Day and night journey continues. Earth heaven on its own orbit. What a tree when the is on its own hemisphere. Day and night journey continue. Yes, but no effect on any season. Day and night journey continue. Earth when on its Oh, not every in a there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind, there is an affair on a changing season. In a there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind, there is an affair on a changing season. Earth happens in a 6 month from here to there of the sun becomes the end of the season, and then season 3 went back from here to there. Earth happens in a 6 month from here to there of the sun becomes the end of a 3 season, and then season 3 went back from there to here. In here there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind there is an affair on changing season. In here there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind there is an affair on a changing season. Is the whole solar system like a broom from the sun? This idea is just a fantasy. Think, friends, why does the moon revolve around our earth only with the ocean side? My Google search made me think so. For example, earth orbits the sun in 365 days, 5 hours, 59 minutes and 16 seconds. The time taken by a planet to revolve around the sun is called a year. What happens when the earth moves to the other side of the sun? When we are on the side of the earth that faces the sun, we have daylight. As earth continues its rotation, we move away from our sun and we have night time. A counter earth is a hypothetical body of the solar system that orbits on the other side of the solar system from Earth. A counter meaning or antiton, Greek was a pre-Socratic Greek philosopher, Philology c. 470 c. Could there be an earth on the other side of the sun? Unfortunately, the forces of gravity make the idea of this hidden planet completely impossible. Most importantly, when someone tells you there's a hidden planet on the other side of the sun, just remember these words no. How long will it take for the sun to reach the other side? How long would it take to reach the sun from earth? It is difficult to predict the journey of a spacecraft towards the sun. If we launched a hypothetical spacecraft from earth that would travel approximately 1,53,454 miles, 2,46,960 kilometers. It would reach the sun in 606 hours or 25 days. The sun formed about 4.6 billion years ago in a giant rotating cloud of gas and dust called the solar nebula. As the nebula collapsed under its own gravity. Why are not we pulled from the earth into the sun? The answer lies in the same fact that keeps earth from sinking into the sun. Our planet is traveling very fast, about 67,000 miles per hour, almost perfectly relative to the sun. The only way to reach the sun is to cancel out that sideways motion. You also think, friend, is the solar system like a broomstick, the beginning of which is the sun, and the orbit of all the planets only faces the sun, like the rotation of our moon? In a there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind there is an affair on changing season. In a there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind there is an affair on a changing season. What a trip when the is on its own hemisphere. Day and night journey continue as a bird, no effect on any season. Day and night journey continues. Earth heaven on its own orbit. What a trip when the is on its own hemisphere. Day and night journey continues. Yes, a bird, no effect on any season. Day and night journey continues. Earth when on its Oh, Naribi, in a yard, there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind, there is an affair on a changing season. In a yard, there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind, there is an affair on a changing season. Heart happen in a 6 month from here to there of the sun becomes the India of three season, and then season 3 went back from here to there. Earth happened in a 6 month from here to there of the sun becomes the end of a three season, and then season 3 went back from there to here. In a yard, there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind, there is an affair on changing season. In a yard, there is an affair on every blooming season. In the wind, there is an affair on a changing season. The most characteristic subject of the earth is the change in air due to the change of all air and weather. But the changes of this season is possible only and only because of the full rotation of the earth. For example, how does the earth revolve around the sun from east to west? The earth revolves around the sun in a counterclockwise direction from west to east. This is the reason why there are day and night at different times in different parts of the world. How does the earth rotate and revolve around the sun? The earth's orbit makes one revolution around the sun at the same time that the earth orbits around the sun. It also rotates. In science we call it rotation on its axis. Since the earth orbits the sun and rotates on its axis at the same time, we experience the seasons, day and night, and the changing shadows throughout the day. Why does the earth rotate on its axis? Earth rotates because the sun attracts the earth and thus pulls the earth towards itself. Secondly, because of the earth's orbit around the sun, it moves away from the sun in the tangential direction, So a rotational force Turkey acts on the earth does and it starts spinning. How do we know that the earth revolves around the sun and not the other way around? The earth moves in an elliptical orbit and not a circle. So when the earth moves away from the sun, we see winters, and when it comes closer to the sun, we see summers. And this happens every year. This confirms that the earth revolves around the sun. Why does the earth spin but we don't feel it? Since the earth rotates at a nearly constant speed, that is, it does not speed up or slow down in any way. We simply move along with it and do not feel anything. What would happen if the earth stopped rotating? If the earth stopped spinning, you wouldn't suddenly be launched into space. Gravity will still keep you firmly on the ground. Although there will be many changes in it. If the earth stopped rotating but continued to orbit the sun, a day would last half a year, and so would the night. How did Galileo prove that the earth revolves around the sun? It was Galileo's observation of Venus that proved the theory using his telescope. Galileo discovered that Venus went through phases just like our moon, but the nature of these phases can only be explained by Venus revolving around the sun, nor Earth. How did Galileo prove that the Earth revolves around the sun? When Galileo pointed his telescope at the night sky in 1610, he observed for the first time in human history that the moon orbited Jupiter. If Aristotle was right about everything orbiting the earth, these moons would not exist. Galileo also observed the phases of Venus, which proved that the planet revolved around the sun. At what speed does the earth rotate? About 1000 mph. The earth rotates once every 23 hours, 56 minutes and 4 lakhs 9,053 seconds, which is called a sidereal period, and its circumference is approximately 40,075 kilometers. Thus, Earth's surface at the equator moves at 460 meters per second, or about 1000 miles per hour. And because of the 1000 miles per hour rotation of the earth, the entire body of the earth is being affected by the light along with the wind. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. Polar region, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, in all three levels, the weather mostly affects the polar regions only. For example, about 2 crore 97 lakhs result 0.60 seconds. Does the weather affect the desert? Temperature extremes are characteristic of most deserts. In some deserts, the temperature rises so high that people are at risk of dehydration and even death. At night, these areas cool quickly because they lack the moisture and insulation provided by clouds. Temperatures can drop to 4 degrees centigrade, 40 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. How does climate affect deserts? Does the weather affect the desert? Global warming is increasing the incidence of drought which dries up water holes. Higher temperatures could produce an increased number of wildfires that destroy the slow growing trees and shrubs and replace the desert landscape with fast growing grasses. What are the major threats to the desert? Three: uprooted the communal land. This spectacular desert landscape is threatened by population growth, poor water management, agricultural expansion, invasive species, the illegal wildfire life, trade, and a lack of understanding about the ecological importance of the desert. Does snow affect climate change? Does snow affect weather in the region? Changes in sea ice extent can disrupt normal ocean circulation, leading to changes in global climate. Even a small increase in temperature can lead to further warming over time, making the polar regions the most sensitive to climate change on Earth. How does snow affect weather and climate? Temperature. The Arctic and Antarctic are the refrigerators of the world because they are covered with white snow and ice that reflect heat back into space. They balance out other parts of the globe that absorb heat. Less snow means less reflected heat, which means more intense heat waves around the world. Why is snow important to our climate? Ice acts as a protective shield over the earth and our oceans. These bright white spots reflect excess heat back into space and keep the planet cool. In theory, the Arctic remains colder than the equator because more heat from the sun is reflected from the ice back into space. The polar region, the region around the North Pole or South Pole. The northern polar region consists mainly of floating and size such 7 to 10 feet, 2 to 3 meter thick, floating on the Arctic Ocean and surrounded by land masses. Polar climate region. A polar climate has cool summers and very cold winters, resulting in treeless tundra, glaciers, or a permanent or semi-permanent layer of snow. It is identified with the enter E in the Köppen climate classification. In fact, the effect of weather is very well understood in some countries in the Asian continent of the world, that is India and Sri Lanka. This season makes an impact on the eye. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the eye. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. Last 2 months, every season. This environment always gives mercy. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. This season makes an impact on the earth. The weather is the same, but throughout the year. The weather is the same, but throughout the year.